This is Ron from the Rideshare Culture, and I'm live at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport Uber waiting lot. And we are here because Tuesday's slow. And I happen to be here earlier in the day, but I like to come to the airport, get a trip, and go out. You guys actually can't see it, but there are three planes coming in, so the next hour is supposed to be busy. I want to get a trip. I want to go maybe to I don't want to go to Miami. I want to go north. If I could go to North Lauderdale or if I can go to Pompano Beach, I like to come right back to the airport because this looks like an airport type of night. Um, it's a bunch of about three planes coming down. Anyways, as you can see behind me, Uber Green, Uber Green reservation. This was, if I could get myself out the way, it was in Miami. I did not accept the reservation. Uh, Uber's telling me to go. Let me see something. Hold on. Okay. I think I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. If anybody's on this live. But anyways, 473, 8 minutes, 1.6 mile trip. So basically, in my mind, how many 8 minutes are in 60, right? And then because 60 minutes, 1 hour, and then for 1.6 for $4.73, 1.6 miles for that. But I don't live in Miami. I'm north. I'm way north of that. I'm like on 2.5 hours north of Miami. So no. But and the thing, and then I mean, that's for traffic. That's what I mean by traffic. Anyway, I I am actually perplexed at how Uber can price this here, and it says $1.37 reservation um included. So now I'm thinking, is it actually $3.37, or we're at $3 and whatever cents because you subtract the 137? If that's the case, I am highly perplexed. It looks like we got 9 people in the room. Not sure if I'm able to see the chat. Can I remember the chat? Okay, let me see. Can I see the chat? Okay, alert close. All right, if anybody's in the room, you can type in real fast just so I know somebody's here. But I'm at the Fort Lauderdale International. Oh, got another peep in there. We'll wait till we get to the next one. But Uber and their pricing really, really baffles me. I understand they want to make a profit as a company. I mean, $4.73 for Uber Green. And by the way, Uber Green is only for Teslas and fully electric vehicles, or they call it ZEV, right? Zero emission vehicles. So not even hybrids, because they took them off the Uber Green platform. I went down to four. Not really good at this live thing. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. I wanted to get on here real quick just to talk about this reservation. I was really perplexed. They were sending me a lot of reservations yesterday. This was yesterday. They kept sending it to me, and I just didn't understand what was going on with it. But um, I mean, the person got a nice rating, 4.97. But I'll just chat about some more things. April, uh, Tuesday in the April month. Not really a somebody put a thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I am learning about this new lives feature on YouTube, so bear with me. I appreciate you guys being patient with me. But I want to get just talk about who I am and about my day and this reservation. Anyway, I am a Uber driver. Lyft driver. I've been on these platforms for about 9.5 to 10 years. I've had a multitude of vehicles, including I had a sedan, Chevrolet sedan, and I had my Nissan SUV. I had a Toyota Corolla, Hyundai Elantra, and now I'm in the electric. I'm in an electric game. I had a Model 3 that I rented, and now I'm in a Model Y. So um, I did have a Tahoe, but I didn't put that on the platform. But I had a multitude of vehicles that I was able to use for Uber, and got to try all the ride types. So yeah, man, that's kind of like me, real quick. But let me just move on because I'm trying to really get my thoughts together on this. But yeah, uh, is Uber worth it? Is Uber worth it based on what we see here? This reservation. I mean, it's 8 minutes, 1.6 mile trip. Is it worth to take this person about a mile away for $4? If I was in the area, I would definitely do it. They really want me to drive. I think if you guys could hear that, Uber wants me to go to the airport now to pick up. I haven't selected because I am using a phone that actually has the Uber app on it. I'm using it right now. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens today. I want to make at least 150 today, at least 150 to cover some costs and some expenses. Um, but and so besides the Uber Green, can I do this? I can. I can actually zoom myself. I wish I could remove that green screen and just show myself. Is that possible? Still learning about this stuff, guys. Still learning about this stuff. Let's see what happens. If it goes away, and it's away. All right, cool. I'm back. Everybody has left the building. It's zero, zero screen. I'm learning about this. It's so crazy. Let me see what else. What else can I show you guys? That one of my screenshots that I have. Let's see. Screenshot. 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 Let's see if I can find one. Lucky number 7. Okay. This one here. Lucky number 7. I was in Hollywood, East Hollywood, and dropped off at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport. She has a 4.82. I remember her because when she got in, I said hello, and she said the first thing she said is, "I don't know how to use the Tesla doors." And I was like, "Oh, here we go. She's gonna talk about Tesla," but she did not talk about Tesla at all. At all. She didn't ask if I liked the car and my maintenance costs and all that. She didn't do none of that. She was quiet. I drove her there in a nice, quiet 15-minute ride, playing the radio station, 93.1 FM. If you guys don't know about the station, it's 93.1 FM. um, and Easy 93.1 FM. So, and you know what's kind of crazy? What's the Delilah? If you guys listen to 93.1 FM, Delilah, who's like the late night radio host, who has the romantic stories and all that. Wow. She talked about that she knows that we listen to her station. What you do? That's the station that we play, that I play, especially when it's late night, so people could be relaxed in the back of this car. But anyway, I dropped this lady off. Okay, it's in the afternoon. It's 5 in the afternoon, and she gives me a $5 tip, so it becomes 12.77. I don't have the after screenshot, only this one. So it's a comfort. It happened, and she enjoyed the ride. Can I show you other screenshots? It looks like I do a whole screenshot thing over here. Let me see. Anything else I could do here other than let's see, what else we got? What else we got? What else we got? We got a, can I do this one? Okay, we got a Comfort Reserve, Port of Miami, $6.26 reservation fee. It says 14-minute pickup, and let me see, can I remove it? And the drop off was on Collins Avenue in Miami Beach. I was at the Port of Miami that day, and I was in the waiting lot trying to do only Premier. So the gift, or I'm sorry, not the gift, but the idea is when it comes to Port of Miami, or I think any port. Maybe it could be any port in wherever you are, where the cruise ships are in your market. But with this particular one, if you have Premier, you want to get there about an hour and a half early to get into the waiting lot. Because what I've noticed is that Premier hits, but you got to be there at a certain time to get the Premier price. Because sometimes it surges up to $20 to $22, and you can get a Premier plus $20 to $22, and your Premier would go for like 50 to $60 for a 30-minute ride. Um, I mean, if you're waiting for about an hour and a half. Now, I don't have Premier SUV. Now, if you have Premier SUV, you're definitely going to kill it. You're going to make about maybe $80 to $100 for a 30 to 35-minute ride. If you're waiting for an hour and a half, you'll make at least some money on top of that. This here was a Comfort Reserve. So I'm thinking this trip was $6 without the reserve. I'm perplexed. It says 14 minutes, even though I'm in the port, but it's 14 minutes because in the port is busy. There go to Uber sound again and just keep coming in. I haven't gone in them. I'm gonna get off this in a second anyway. I like this feature. I get to show you all these things. Can I make myself smaller instead of okay, I don't want it too big, I want it small. Anyway, wish I could move the back picture. But anyway, yeah, that's what I had got. Comfort Reserve 1286. I did not take it because I waited for a Premiere and I did get a Premiere. I got a Premiere for $42 to go from that spot right there to the same area. But it was a Premiere. It was at one of the hotels on Collins Avenue. So I made some money on top of that. Let's see, what else can I show you guys? I think you guys need to see. Do-do-do. All right, this is a Lyft. This is a Lyft. Let me see, black. Lyft black because the Tesla Model Y qualifies for Lyft black. Also, guys, if you didn't know, if you have a Tesla Model Y, if you get a new Tesla Model Y, you will not get Lyft black. Lyft has discontinued the Model Y on the Lyft platform. You no longer can do Lyft black after March 31st. Sorry, March 30th, 2025. So we're already in April. So you upload a new Model Y black. It's not going to be Lyft black. It's going to be extra comfort, Lyft green, Lyft. I think that's the only, and that's it. That's what we have. We don't have, they say shared on it, but we don't have shared in the Miami market. But anyway, this trip came in $20, $50 per hour. I like to see that Lyft does this. Uber needs to do the same. Not sure why Uber doesn't copy this. Lyft copies Uber all the time, but I'm not sure why Uber doesn't copy Lyft, which they do sometimes, but they should copy this one. Anyway, I got this trip, dropped them off, $20. I think it was 21 because of traffic. And here's the other thing I would say: Lyft will pay. Lyft will pay when the trip goes longer. If the trip is longer than usual, it will actually go up and pay. That's the great thing about Lyft when it comes to Lyft Black. I haven't been on Lyft regular in a minute, so I don't know. But Lyft Black, it goes up when time increases. Of course, I know it's traffic because it's using Google's API, so can't trick the system. Anyway, so yep, it was a quick trip. Those are trips that I like. $20 to go over the bridge, to go over the water, $50 an hour. Let's see what else. What else trip can I show you guys that I like this feature? Alrighty. I was at the Fort Lauderdale airport. Here's a Comfort Electric. I've got another who keeps ringing me up, but I'll wait. I'll wait. Comfort Electric came through. I had did a drop off at the Fort Lauderdale airport, and I was tired. I said, okay, I'm gonna drop this guy off. I dropped him off. I went around. I left on Premier Hourly, and Comfort Electric. I forgot to turn off Comfort Electric, but I left it on. And it was to go back to Miami for $40 for about an hour, right? Because 37 put us 8 minutes. And I was right by the terminal. It says 8 minutes, but I was literally there for three. I think it's just traffic that it was putting in. But I had got the trip and I couldn't take it because I was too tired. I'm not going to drive while I'm tired. Once I feel tired, I'm not going to drive you. But $40 for an hour, good money in my opinion, especially the vehicle that I'm driving in. And it's a Comfort Electric. And these are rare. I do not get these a lot. And it was rare to have it at Fort Lauderdale Airport, International Airport. That's why it's there. Anyway, so that's what I had with the Comfort Electric. I don't get many of these ride types. I don't get a lot of those ride types. I get a lot of Comforts and of course Premiers after that. I haven't done a lot of X. I do X when I'm at the Fort Lauderdale airport and I need to get in and out if I need to get a surge. And if the money's right with X, I'll take it. But other than that, it's Comfort and Premier that I have a lot on the. Not give it to me. I don't know if you guys have been having this, but I have. I've been trying to get. And yes, I see because a lot of the Premiere has been up. If you guys didn't even know, they've actually updated the list to add more cars to Premiere. I did a video on that last year. One of the vehicles that really popped out was the Chrysler 300. If you guys know what the Chrysler 300 is, it's Chrysler sedan, four-door sedan. It's basically the cousin of the Dodge Charger. If you guys are into cars, and yeah, they made it a Uber Premier vehicle, so that car got added. Then the other car that got added was the G80, and the GV80 became Premier. It was a Genesis vehicles, and that also added to the list of Premier cars that people could have. The BMW um, 3 Series was Premier and or is Premier now, and the C Class, but they took the C Class off. And the other car that really surprised me that they put on there was the Mazda CX-90. The Mazda's not CX-90. Oh, is it the CX-90? Am I right? Yes, the Mazda CX-90, not the CX-9. The CX-9 is a little smaller, 3-row crossover SUV from Mazda, but the CX-9 is a little bit bigger in size, about an inch wider and an inch, I think, longer, or 2 inches longer than the CX-9. But the CX-90 was also premiered. That got added, and a lot of people got that car too. So a lot of things out there, and a lot of drivers on the beach are using the Suburbans and GMC and Escalades. So of course, me and my Tesla could not win this prize, and it was 20 minutes for $20, which in a way is kind of weird because this should be not $20. It should be a $30 trip because it used to be a $30 trip without surge. What's going on with that? Let's see. What else can I show you guys on the video here? Got some. Let me see what else I got. I got a $25 one. Let's see this one. This is a Comfort. This was a no, no, no. This was a no. I didn't want this. Okay, I didn't want this. Alrighty, $25 for the 39 minutes. I didn't want it because it was taking me too much up. And plus, guess what? It was multiple stops for $25. The answer was no. That's why you can see how it goes and then it comes down here and then goes back up. No, didn't want that. Now, I will get a tip on this. And the reason I know I'll get a tip because a lot of the cruise passengers they tip. I have had every time I pick up at the port, I get a tip. Why? Because I'm gonna be honest, these are not people who are in Miami or who live in Miami. These are people who are from out of state and they're from areas that actually tip. I will call them the old money people. You want to say that. And they actually tip because of services. I'll get out the car, I'll open the door, I'll actually put the luggage in, and I know I will get a tip. Music is playing, I'll play the radio. I don't have to use my phone for Spotify or anything like that. I mean, even though I got Spotify on a Tesla, I got the Apple Music on a Tesla. I don't need to use none of those. Use 93.1 FM. If 93.1 FM is listening to me right now, I'm shouting you guys out because that channel in the morning, afternoon, is great. And then at the nighttime, you got the little romantic stuff with Delilah. That's great too. So anyway, I know I'm gonna get my tip, but I didn't want to do this. I was like, I don't want to do no extra stops. So I was gone. This is my last screenshot, and then I'm gonna go drive because it keeps calling me. I think we talked about that, right? We talked about that. Let me see what other photos I can show y'all. Oh, let's see. All right, here we go. 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 All right. This is what I was telling you guys about the Model Y. Tesla Model Ys onboarding after 3/31/2025 will be not eligible for Black Card. The only ones will be S and X. And what's crazy is the Y is bigger than the S. It's bigger than the S. The 3 was considered Uber Lux when they had the Lux platform, or that's what they had. You know, they had Lux and then Lux Black and then Lux Black SUV. Then of course David Risher came in and simplified it, which I understood. I agreed. The 3, and when it comes to size, if you wanted to get black, you need a longer vehicle when it comes to size in the back of the vehicle. The Y is a great car for that, but Lyft says no. I don't know why. Vinny Cuz did a video. If you want to go watch his video, he made a video on this. You can watch his video. It's on YouTube called Tesla Rideshare. You can watch that video because Vinny Cuz drives a black Model Y, black on black, and he has black. So do I. I have black Model Y. But I uploaded mine before the 31st. Thank goodness, because then I would be stuck with regular Lyft. But anyway, Lyft did that. That's the screenshot I took. See? Yeah. And they did a little extra there. But it was other cars they did as well. They did the same thing. Anyway, alrighty. I have fun in this live. 20 minutes on the live. I'm gonna get off this thing real quick. I'm gonna get off. Maybe talk to y'all later or something. Comment this live. Let me know what y'all think about it. Was I all over the place? And I'm not really used to doing lives, but I kind of like this setup with the whole green screen. I get to post up and show you what screenshots I did. I like it. Cool. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace. And make your money if you're out there tonight. Your stream will stop media and your guests will no longer be live. Alrighty, great. I'm learning. See you guys later. Peace out.